So I'm in my shed this evening and I've started to clean out the petrol tank of rust, and this is the first initial emptying that I gave it. I just emptied the fuel out of it, and this is what came out with the fuel. Now I know that this light from the phone isn't going to help you see, but I'll try and come over here a bit, maybe that'll help. I'll just turn off this light, see if it makes a difference. So there you go, that's what initially came out of it. And I'm now going to fill it full of white vinegar. I've got nothing mixed with the white vinegar, it's just pure white vinegar, that's all I'm putting in it. So we'll see what that does first. So I've emptied out the tank, as you've seen. You can see into the tank, see how bad that is for the rust. Don't know if you can make out the sides way down there, but they're pretty bad. I'll just have a look at the other side. I'll see if I can get you in there. This is what we're up against. It's not actually as bad now when I look as I initially thought, but it's got cleaned out a bit by the petrol. I've had a couple of tanks of petrol in this at this stage and shook it around and stuff. So we're going to see what difference this vinegar is going to make. I may need more. I've only got 5 litres. I may need to cover the whole tank to stop it rusting over again whenever it has done anything. But I'm going to put the first 5 litres in anyway, and we'll see how we get on, and I'll get more maybe later on. Okay, that's update for now. So you'll see the vinegar's been in the tank for about an hour now, and you can see that it's already starting to work. You see that yellowish type stuff, it's starting to eat up the rust, and I'm not sure if you can see way down in there, probably not, but there's an awful sludge now in the you can just see it moving there. That's the actual vinegar you see moving there, but there's some amount of stuff in it. See that? So it's starting to work. I just need more of it. So I went to the shop here and I got more white vinegar. I'm going to dump it in now, and I'm going to leave it for about a few days. I may have to top it up to the top just with a little bit of water. I did consider putting salt into it, and then I decided no, it's probably not a good idea because it'll probably cause more rust than fix the problem. But when it's mixed with vinegar, usually it's a rust buster. Anyway, probably best not to try that. Don't know what else to say to you, only we'll just have to wait and see how it pans out. It's interesting though. So I'll tell you what I might do after this. I might do a little experiment. I'm going to take 1 cup of 50-50 salt mixed with vinegar, and I'm going to take a cup of just vinegar, and I'm going to get some really rusty pieces of steel, and I'm going to put them in for a day or two and see which one comes out better. So that's all I'm going to do for now. It's probably going to be a few days before you hear from me again. Maybe, yeah, probably a few days, I'd say. And I'm waiting on a valve. I've ordered a new valve for the intake. That's the old one. So I still have to figure out what happened. I have no idea. It may have been that the valve clearance wasn't right, because I do know that Musty One bought one of the same barrels as this for a similar engine, a 125S engine. Well, it was actually an SL125 engine, but they're kind of all the same nearly, and he got it to work with his bike no problem. So it could have been the valve clearance, number one, or when I got this bike there was a keeper missing and this valve wasn't in it, and I put the valve in. So the keeper may have jumped out. It mightn't have been in properly, and it may have jumped out. And so there's a couple of things it could have been. I'm just hoping that when I get another valve I don't do it again. I have managed to source another engine for the bike, but it's in Sri Lanka and I'm in Ireland. So it's going to cost quite a bit to ship it over here. And I really want the other parts for the bike first. I've managed to get off the same guy a set of forks, the proper set of forks, and the cover that's missing off this engine. And I'm looking for the resistor, the ballast resistor that belongs on the side of it. He hasn't found that yet. And the caliper for the brakes. But I'm hoping I can get those things. It's cost me quite a bit because of the shipping. I would have took the whole bike otherwise. Would have been really good, and he was giving it to me for quite cheap. Anyway, that's the way things go, isn't it? So I'm gonna pour this into the tank. I'll just leave you over here somewhere and just get this old pipe out of the road here and let you see what I'm at. I'm actually using the pipe to hold the phone as well. It's the pipe that's on the engine. There, that'll do. You will see it going in. So this is the second can of this that I've put in. I'm kind of hoping it'll fill it up to the brim, but it's wishful thinking really, I think. It's meant to be like an 11-litre tank, so, and these are 5 litres each, so I'll probably be left with like a litre less, which I might top up with water just. Still pouring away here. It ought to be getting close to being full, which is why I'm taking my time here, just in case. It'll be interesting to see what it does over a day or two. If it's done what you can see there after like an hour. So I decided to try this method before messing around with electrolysis and stuff, because it's just the easier way of doing things if that was the case. Yeah, that's the whole lot now, all in. And did it come up high enough to cover the parts that I want? Let's see. Yeah, I'll just stick this old can over here. Didn't actually reach. Oh, it did. It reached above. You can see. It's reached above it. I'd really like to bring it up to the brim of the tank though, so I might just top it up with a little bit of water, and hopefully that won't mess around with what it does too much. Okay, see you later guys, and we're going to leave this for a day or two, and I'll get back to you whenever the day or two's up, and we can all see together when I go to pour it out.